So what does your barber do right after a great looking haircut? Trim. So what do you need to do after you get done mowing your lawn and giving it a haircut? That's right. So in today's video, guys, I'm going to show you how to trim your lawn the right way so it'll save you time and give you those crispy edges that'll make your neighbors jealous. Let's get into the video. So what tools do we need? Well, I've got a pair of concrete mixing boots. I picked these up at the hardware store. These are great just because it makes things a little bit easier to clean up, keeps the grass and clippings off of your legs. I've got a pair of gloves, a pair of safety glasses just to keep the debris from going in my eyes. And then our implement for destruction today is going to be a weed eater, a weed whacker, a trimmer, whatever you guys call it. This video is not sponsored by Echo, but Echo, if you're watching, call me. And then if you really want to go and get those tight, crispy edges, I highly recommend what they call a stick edger. And I'm going to show you how to do this with both. You don't necessarily need a stick edger to do this job, but it certainly makes it a lot easier. So with that being said, let's bring you guys in a little bit closer and show you what we got going on. Let's start with the string trimmer first, or weed whacker, or whatever you guys call it. The first thing I want you to do is determine which way the head of your string trimmer spins, okay? If it spins clockwise, you're going to walk forward. If it spins counterclockwise, you're going to walk backwards. Okay? So why this is so important is because depending on which way your head spins, depends on the direction that the debris is going to throw. All right? My head spins counterclockwise, so it actually throws it from right to left. So whenever I walk, I actually walk backwards. And if your head spins clockwise, you're going to walk forwards because you want to throw those clippings again back into the lawn. The second thing I want you to know is how to hold the trimmer. Most people like to hold it out in front of them, and what I want you to work on is holding it out beside of you and try to hold the string trimmer still and keep it balanced as you walk. Most people, when they trim, they kind of go back and forth and try to knock down the grass. You'll be a whole lot more accurate if you just hold the trimmer steady and then walk around, making sure that your grass and the trimming are exactly the same level. So I'm gonna bring you guys in just a little bit kind of closer and kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are under a crepe myrtle in my backyard. And I kind of want to visualize kind of what I see when I'm trimming, okay? So whenever I come in to start trimming, again, my head is spinning this way, so I want to throw the debris out into the lawn instead of back into my mulch bed. So when I hold this, I actually hold the head over the top of the actual bed so that when that head is spinning, here's if I can show you without that falling over. So when that head starts spinning, the grass is being thrown back this direction here. If I scoot it back like this, what's happening is that blade is catching here and throwing it into my natural area. So as you'll see when I'm trimming, I kind of hold the head again all the way over so that as that blade is spinning, it's catching on this side and throwing the debris back into the lawn. So first of all, let me get this weed edger actually having that. This is not okay. This is unacceptable. Okay. All right, so like I said in the beginning, okay, watch how I hold the string trimmer, and then as I go around, it's more like you're painting rather than sweeping, all right? All right, so now to get those nice crispy edges, okay? So the way we're gonna do this, actually first, let me start off by saying, if you haven't done this in a long time, you know, you'll get a lot of overgrowth. And so just take your time whenever you're doing this because you've got to knock back some of that grass. And if it looks kind of ugly the first time, just understand that the first time you do anything, it's probably not going to be great. But just continue to do this every time you mow, and then you'll get a nice, clean, defined edge. And so the way you're gonna hold it is, I kind of feather the throttle kind of with my pinky. So as I'm holding it, again, I just hold it still, and then I pull the throttle, and then I just walk along, keeping that edge of that string trimmer straight up and down, okay? This will be a lot easier with a stick edger, and I'll show you that in just a second, but you don't necessarily need one of those, but the edger, you'll see, makes a much better defined edge, but you can do this with a string trimmer. All right, so let me show you how to do this with a stick edger. And unlike a string trimmer, see if I can get you guys in here a little bit closer. Unlike a string trimmer, this has a hard fixed blade, and the blade actually spins clockwise. So as you're walking, you walk forward, you just set this on your edge, pull the throttle, this blade will spin and it'll send you a defined edge. Let me show you that. So as you can see, it's much easier with this tool to use. So I'm gonna keep going around, bring you guys in a little bit closer. All right, so the last thing we gotta do is we just gotta clean up. So I'm gonna get out the backpack blower, and we're gonna blow this off and show you guys how crispy and tight these edges are. Great debate is, do you do this, do you trim before you mow, or do you do this after you mow? And honestly, guys, I like to do all of my trimming before I mow. And the main reason is just because all of the clippings that I'm throwing back into the lawn, whenever I go and I mow and I do my pass around my trees and that sort of thing, it'll mulch all those clippings up, so it won't leave those big fat blades laying on the lawn. So you can do it whenever you like. Again, I like to do mine in the beginning before I mow. And so, wow, just look at those crispy edges. I mean, it'll just look fantastic. So again, this isn't really hard to do, you know. Now that you know how to do it, you should be able to save you some time without having to throw all those clippings back into your natural areas. So thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you would. My name is Devin, the DIY Lawn Coach, and I can't wait to see you in the lawn.